Hello everyone, welcome to the series of the Python where we are discussing Python as a programming language. So in the last video we had a discussion on exception handling. So in this video we are going to discuss different modules and libraries available in the Python. So let's get started. So here we are going to discuss the different modules and different packages available in the Python. So the agenda is understanding modules and libraries in Python. So the foundation for efficient programming. So in this session, we are having the introduction to modules and libraries in Python, creating and using different modules, built-in Python libraries, best practices and tips for working with modules and libraries. So the first module, introduction to modules and libraries in Python. So what is a module and what is a library in a Python? Basically, module is nothing but a single .py file with different functions, methods and classes defined. So we had a discussion on the functions, so you know what is function. We had a discussion on class, you know what is class. We had a discussion on methods, so you are already familiar with the method. So in a module, we will have all these functions, methods already defined so that you can directly call that particular module and use it. And the next is library. So what is a library? Library is nothing but the collection of different modules. So in a single library, you will have multiple modules. So first question was, what was module? So module is nothing but a single .py file. And what is a library? Library is nothing but the collection of multiple modules. Now, what is the importance of code reusability? So we know that with libraries and modules, we are going to use the same code again and again. So the very first advantage is it reduces the redundancy. Now what does it mean? So the code reusability minimizes the duplication by allowing developers to use existing code components effectively. So we don't need to recreate the same code again and again. Just call that method, call that class and use it. Next is saves development time. We know that while defining any function, while creating any class, it would definitely take some time. So with the help of different modules and libraries, it will save our time. Next, improves maintainability. Once you create one module or a library, you can reuse again and again. It is very easy to maintain that file as well. Use of modules and libraries. With the help of use of modules and the libraries, we are just using the predefined components where we don't need to again redevelop everything. So it will definitely save our time. So in the importance of the code reusability, we discussed it reduces the redundancy, it saves development time, it improves maintainability, and use of modules and library helps us in the time management. Now, how modules and libraries support efficient programming? The very first thing is logical code organization. So with the help of modules, you can just order your code in a logical way. So the code which you are going to write will be short, small. It will help for better understanding. Next is it promotes the collaboration. Basically, libraries enable multiple developers to collaborate by sharing reusable, optimized functionality. Means the same library can be used by n number of developers n number of times. And the last is enhanced software reliability. So with the help of packages, these different packages, we can rely more on the particular software. So it helps us building the software more robust. So almost in Python, we have 4 lakh plus packages, which can be directly used to develop any application, to perform any task in the data science domain. Next is creating and using a module. So how to create a particular module? So basically, to create a particular module, you need to write the Python code in a .py file. So write all your functions, classes, variables in a single .py file and save it. And that file you can reuse again and again. So with the help of keyword import, you can just call that file and you can different functions and methods which you previously defined in that file. Next is importing modules with example. So how to import a particular module? So to import any module in your environment, just use the keyword import. So the import statement allows the inclusion of external modules in a Python script for extended functionality. Many modules are already installed, some you would need to import. So those modules you don't have access, you can directly import with the help of keyword import. And once imported, you can directly call the functions and the classes from that modules directly. The different examples of module are math, warning, date time. There are n number of modules available. Different examples of libraries are nothing but pandas, matplotlib, cbon. In the next video, we will discuss the numpy library. So, how to import a particular library with the help of from and as? Let's say you want to import a particular library, let's say numpy. So, how you will import? Basically, you would write from numpy some module, or even you can directly import numpy as np. So, import numpy as np, import pandas as pd, import matplotlib, import cbon, import warnings. So with the help of these keywords from and as, you can import the required library. Next is built-in Python libraries. Now what are different built-in Python libraries available? So as previously discussed, we have almost 4 lakh plus packages available in the Python. So you can have libraries to build the ML model, to perform statistical analysis, to handle the files. So you can have pandas, numpy, matplotlib, cbon, scikit-learn. It depends on the application. If you want to perform the web scraping, you can go with the beautiful soap. If you want to generate the random numbers, you can go with the random. If you want to perform some array manipulation, you can go with the numpy. If you want to perform some data frame manipulation, you can go with the pandas. So based on the requirement, you can go with the different libraries. Right? So what are different practical examples? Some mathematical functions, you can directly load it with the help of numpy. For date formatting, you can go with the datetime module. Even you can use the directory listing. So with the help of all these packages, you can efficiently perform your task. Now, next thing is understanding library documentation. So whatever packages available in the Python, everyone has its own official documentation, which will help you to understand different functions, its functionality, different classes, how to use that, how to import that, how you can implement it. So official documentation is always available for each and every library. So you can find out the official documentation for the pandas, for numpy, for matplotlib, cbon, scikit-learn, everywhere. And always refer the official documentation while writing the code. It will help you to be updated with the version which you are using. So every module and every package has a version. So make sure that you are using the right version and the right syntax. For that, always refer documentation. Next is introduction to PyPy and pip. So what is a PyPy? PyPy hosts a vast collection of Python packages available for developers and users worldwide. Basically, PyPy is almost 47 times faster than the regular Python. Next is pip installation. If you don't have any particular library available, so you can just use the pip command. So with the help of pip, you can directly install any module in your environment. And next is ecosystem access. With the help of both pip and PyPy, it will provide the seamless access to wide ecosystem of third-party Python modules for development. So with the help of pip install and PyPy, you can get any package which is readily available for the use. Next is different best practices and the tips for working with modules and libraries. First one is improved readability. So with the help of organizing your code with different modules, it will improve the readability, it will enhance the maintainability, as well as it will help in the code organization. So we know that whatever code we will write to develop any software or any ML model, we need to maintain that. We need to create the different versions, we need to again reiterate many processes, recreate many processes. For that, your code should have a better readability and also should be in a well organized way. So this is the best practice you should always follow. First, what you should do, always import all the packages you would need in the very beginning and then start working. Next is managing dependency. If you are using any virtual environment, you would need to manage the dependency on different packages. So you know that base packages are some pandas, numpy. On top of that, you will find matplotlib, cbon. So cbon is library built on top of matplotlib. So make sure that you have that dependency, right? So in virtual environment, you should have that dependent file as well. If you don't have, directly pip install. And last is keeping libraries up to date and secure. make sure that whatever libraries you will create are secure and up to date. Whatever the Python version you are using, make sure it is available for all the resources and it is supported by all the libraries. So Python can be used in a multiple domain with multiple frameworks. You can integrate Python with the TensorFlow, with the PyTorch, with any databases. So make sure that whatever library you are going to use is up to date so that it will avoid any errors. So the conclusion, we can say that the importance of module is, so the module provide a foundational building block that enhance Python programming efficiently and structurally. Next, lore of the libraries is, libraries enable code reuse and extend functionality, empowering developers to write powerful application. Next, clean and reusable code. Understanding module and library management leads to cleaner, more maintainable and reusable Python code. So in this session, we had the discussion on modules and libraries in a Python. So in the coming sessions, we will discuss what are different modules like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib and all these things. So in the next video, we will discuss the first library, which is nothing but NumPy. So till then, take care. Bye bye.